Yes. So maybe this one is the last example we discussed. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Today we are going to discuss more example based on maxima and minimum function. So here you can see that. So you can see that this example, everyone, first of all. So the statement is P is the perimeter. So here we can write down P is the fixed perimeter. Fixed perimeter of a rectangle. And then so that its area is maximum when it is square. So now we have to show that the area is maximum, then you can say that the figure is in a square form. So first understand these things, what is a perimeter of a rectangle. The second thing is what is the area of a rectangle, and rectangle, how can you make if area is maximum then it is a square. So anyone can say that what is a perimeter of a rectangle?
2
2
into L
into
plus
L
V.
plus
2
V.
into L plus
2 into L plus V.
Yes,
X plus Y.
yes, very good. So if we take this one is L and H, or you can take this one is X and Y. So the parameter of this one is P is equal to Y. So second thing is, now how can you find out the area? What is the formula? Area is equal
Length
to,
into breadth.
X into
X
Y.
into Y.
so that is X into Y. So here parameter P is fixed. Now we want to find out area is maximum. So our result is we can take f of f dash x. Now we want to find out f double dash x, and now we're taking f dash x is equal to 0. We want to find out the value of x. Substitute this value in the second derivative. This one is less than 0. So you can say that the point is maximum greater than 0. So you can say that the point is, you can see that we find out the maximum area. So we want to find out double derivative less than 0. But here you can see that in this concept only one variable. So here you can see that there are two variables x and y. So parameter is fixed. So by using this parameter of a rectangle, converted area depended only one function x. So from this parameter we want to find out the value of y. So the value of y is equal to p minus 2x upon 2. So that is equal to p by 2 minus x. Is it clear, everyone? The value of y is
Yes, sir.
p by 2 minus x. Now substitute the value of y in this formula of area. So here converted this one in terms of x only. So x bracket p by 2 minus x. Now more simplify, so p by 2x minus x square. So that is our formula of area of a rectangle. So now prove that here area is maximum, and the area is maximum, then it is square. So here first check this area is maximum at which point, and that point you can see that the find out the value of x and y. The value of x and y both are equal, then you can see that it is a square. So now we want to find out the derivative. So here we want to find out dA by dx, or you can write down a dash. So what is the answer of this a dash?
P by 2 minus 2x.
Very good. So p by 2 minus 2x. Now we want to find out a double dash.
Minus x.
Minus 2.
Minus 2.
Minus 2,
Minus
sorry.
2.
Minus 2.
Yes. So the value of double derivative is minus 2. Now we want to find out a point. So we can take a dash x is equal to 0. So what is the value of a dash x? The value of a dash x is equal to p by 2 minus 2x is equal to 0. Now what is the value of x?
P by 4.
P by 4. Now that value at p by 4, the double derivative is same as minus 2. Which one is less than 0? So you can see that the area is maximum at point x is equal to p by 4. Now we want to find out the value of y from this formula. So y is equal to p by 2 minus p by 4. Now more simplified. So 2p minus p by 4. So that is equal to p by 4. So you can easily see that here. Observe that x is same as y. So length and height both are equal, then you can directly see that this is a square. So you can easily see that this is a square. Is it clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good. So area, you can see that write down p in the form of y. Yes, this is a value of y. Find out area in terms of x. Differentiating, again differentiating, you obtain this equation number 1, equation number 2. And for maximum minima, we can take dA by dx is equal to 0. So the value of x is equal to p by 4. And at this point, which one is greater than less than 0? And the value of y is p by 4. So both are same. So you can see that this is a square. Now the next example. Oh yes. So everyone read this example. So how can you solve this example?
Sir, we can write any one side, for example, x in terms of hypotenuse. We know that h square is equal to x square plus y square using Pythagoras theorem, and then we can write any one of the variable in terms of other and then replace that in the area formula.
Very good. So first understand these questions. So here you can see that right angle triangles. So first of all, understand this term. What is a right angle triangle? So now this angle is 90 degree. So this type of angle is known as a right angle triangle. Now this side is called the hypotenuse. Suppose this one is A, this one is B, and this one is C. So this angle is 90. So this type of the triangle is known as right angle triangle. Now this side is A, this side is B, and this one is H. So what about the Pythagorean theorem? So that is equal to AC square is equal to AB square minus BC square. Sorry, plus BC square. So here is s square, that is equal to a square plus b square. Now this hypotenuse is fixed here. So here you can take the given fixed or given hypotenuse. So hypotenuse is fixed. Now we want to find out these two sides. Suppose the side A is equal to x. We can take in the form of the variable. So side A is equal to x. So what about the side B? So by using Pythagoras theorem, the side B is under root h square minus x square. Now we have to prove that the area is the maximum, then that is an isosceles triangle. What is the meaning of isosceles triangle? Anyone can say that?
Two sides
Sir,
are
any
same.
of the two sides are
as
equal.
Equal.
Any two sides are equal.
So here we have to prove that A is equal to B. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So here we have to prove that A is equal to B. Then you can easily see that this triangle is known as isosceles triangle. So we need to find an area. So what is the area of a right angle triangle?
half base into
Half
height.
into AB into BC. Yes, sir.
Half
Half
into,
into base into height.
yes. So
Half
here
into
you
AB
can,
into BC.
so here you can write down 1/2 into A. So A is x and B. So that is under root x square minus a square. So we want to find out e dash x, e double dash x, and more simplify, find out the value of x, and that value we want to find out the value of a and value of b. So a equal to b, you can say that the area is maximum, then the given triangle is isosceles triangle. So here you can see that, yes. So we obtain this side B under root form. Now that is a right angle triangle. This one is a height, this one is base, and this one is a hypotenuse. So area of the right angle triangle is this one. We have already see that here. Now find out the derivative. So the derivative is in this form. That is called equation number 1. So again, differentiation we have to find out after simplifying. There are so many ways to find out the second derivative. So you can use the simple way, but here we discuss this way by using simple derivative, and here we applied division rule. So you can multiply it, and after simplify, there are so many ways to calculate d square a upon ds square. So here equation number 2. Now this term is equal to 0 for maxima and minima. So here you can see that dA by dx is equal to 0. Now more simplify, we obtain the value of x is equal to h upon under root 2. Now at that point we have to find out the second derivative. So here the calculation is given that this one is less than 0. So the area is maximum. Now find out the value of b at that point. So here a, but here we can take a is equal to x, so that is equal to h by root 2, and b is equal to this one under root. So find out the value of b. So this is same as h by root 2, and that is equal to a. So you can directly say that the given triangle, if area is maximum, then that is a isosceles triangle. So any doubt regarding this example?
No, sir.
Very good. So maybe this maxima minima concept is clear, everyone.
Sir,
So
can
can
you
you show
show
the
the
last
previous
slide
one?
one?
Yes. This one, yeah, last one.
Last one.
Last one.
Yes, this slide.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I have already said this PowerPoint presentation. Okay, in file section of Microsoft Team. So you can easily find out this derivation also. So done?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now here you can see that these first 2 points are studied here. The first point is a set theory and function. These are completed. The second one is limit, continuity, differentiability of a single variable, mean value theorem, and maxima minima. These both are the basic concept. Some of the topic you have studied in 12th standard. So here is recall. Now the original chapter started here. The topic is successive differentiation. Everyone know that the differentiation, yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
And we try to list out some useful formula of differentiation here. Now what about the successive differentiation? In 12th standard you have studied dy by dx and d square y by dx square. So second order differentiation you have studied in 12th standard. But here what about the successive differentiation? That is very simple. Successive differentiation, that means sequentially you can apply the differentiation. So that is the first differentiation, this one is second. Now we want to find out third differentiation. Up to you can find out nth derivative. That is called the nth differentiation. So this type of differentiation is known as successive differentiation, or you can directly say that the nth derivative. Now another symbol we have used here, the first derivative is denoted by this symbol y1, because of we know that y is equal to f of x. So here dy by dx is known as y1. In this semester we use this symbol y2 here. So y2 is known as the second derivative with respect to x. Similarly here you can say that y3 up to yn. Now in this topic we have to find out the nth derivative of some elementary function like rational, logarithmic, trigonometric, exponential and hyperbolic. So here you can see that yes, this is a definition, that is a notations. You can remember this notation. Some of book use this notation also, but in this semester we have used this notation yn. Yn, that means nth derivative of y with respect to x. Everyone remember this notation. Is it clear, everyone?
Sir.
Yes.
Sir, are you sharing a screen right now?
Yes.
Sir, it is not visible on my device.
You have used the mobile phone or laptop?
Mobile phone.
You can refresh it or you can join again.
Okay, sir. I'll join again.
Okay. Everyone can see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, no problem. So,
Yes, sir. It is visible.
okay, no issue. So here we want to find out the end derivative of some elementary function like exponential, rational, trigonometric, logarithmic. So the first you can see that here, yes. So here the function is given that y is equal to e raised to ax plus b. Remember this statement because of we use this statement in example directly. So if y is equal to e raised to ax plus b, then what is the nth derivative of this function? Yn, that means n derivative. So everyone know that the first derivative of this exponential function, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Very good.
Yes.
So here how can you obtain the nth derivative of this given function? So here you can see that the y is equal to e raised to ax plus b. Here a and b belongs to r. So what about y1? Y1, that means dy by dx. In this semester we use this symbol. So try to remember this symbol y1, that means dy by dx. So what is a y1?
A e raised to ax plus b.
E raised to ax plus b.
Yes.
Yes, good. So a into e raised to ex plus b. Similarly, find out the second derivative. So here the second derivative a is as it is. Now
A square
derivative of
e
this
to
one,
ax
that
plus
A
b.
is
square
A square
into e to the
to
power
e raised to ax plus b.
ax square plus b.
a square into e raised to ax plus b. Now what about third?
A
A
cube.
cube raised to ax plus a.
A cube.
Is it clear everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
What about the nth derivative?
A raised to n e
E
raised to
raised
ax
to
plus
n,
A
E
b.
raised
raised
to
to
n
n
into e
plus
raised
b.
to ax plus b.
So try to remember this formula. We use this formula directly in exam or in solve the examples. So for example, given that y is equal to e raised to 5x plus 3, then what is a y25? Then what is
5
a
raised to 20,
5 raised to
5 raised
25
to
e raised to
25.
5x plus 3.
e raised to 5x plus 3.
y25 is equal to 5 raised to 25. We identify the value of a is that, b is this one. So y 5 raised to 25 into e raised to 5x plus 3. So is it clear this first formula?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So note down this formula and the proof is given that in this presentations. So the same way you can find out y1, y2, y3 and generalize, we obtain this formula. Now the second formula. So in the second formula, y in terms of e raised to bx function. So what about the yn? So by the previous way, you can find out the nth derivative. So y is equal to e raised to bx. What is the y1? What is the answer of e raised to x? Derivative of e raised to x.
A raised to x log a.
E raised to x log
Log a.
B log A.
Yes, very good. B into log A into A raised to
A raised to
bx.
B raised to.
Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So similarly, find out the second derivative. So B into log A. This is
B
constant term as
square
it
log
is.
A
Again
square.
B
derivative.
square.
So B into log A into A raised to bx. So you can write down this one is B into log A whole square into A raised to bx. So you can write down B square into log A whole square into A raised to bx. Similarly, find out y3. So B cube into log A cube into A raised to bx, and yn is equal to B raised to n into log A raised to n into A raised to bx. So try to remember this second formula, nth derivative of A raised to bx. Nth derivative of A raised to bx. So here see that some simple example. So y is equal to 2 raised to 5x plus 3. Then find y5. Then find y5. Anyone can say that the answer of this one y5 that is fifth derivative. So you can calculate y1, y2, y3. You can give the direct by using this formula the direct answer of y5. Yes, anyone can say that the answer.
5 raised to 25 log 2 A raised 2 raised to 5x plus 3.
What is the answer? Please again.
5 raised to 5. 5 raised to 5 log 2 2
5
raised to 5x plus 3.
5 raised to 5
Log 2
log
log
2.
2 raised to 5
Yes, 2
to
raised
5
to
raised to 5x plus 3.
5x plus 3. So that is the answer of y5. So you can easily identify the value of A and value of B. So this is a value of A and this is a value of B. This is extra. So you can rewrite this one is 2 raised to 5x into 2 raised to 3. Now find out nth derivative of this one and simplify, we obtain this answer. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Good. So same thing, the proof is given that here. Yes, next function. If y is equal to sine ax plus b. Next is y is equal to sine ax plus b. Then yn is equal to e raised to n sine ax plus b plus n pi by 2. So how can you solve this one? Any idea regarding?
Sir, first we will differentiate for y1, so we will get cos. Then cos we will convert into sine by that x plus pi by 2. We have no method.
Yes, very good. So we applied some trigonometric result. We know that the result is cos pi by 2 plus theta. Cos pi by 2 plus theta. And here is sine pi by 2 plus theta. What is the answer of these two results? Yes, anyone can say that the answer cos pi by 2 plus theta.
And
So cos converts into sine.
And positive
Minus
negative
sign.
sign. Yes, minus sign.
Negative.
And
Minus
here
sine
is
theta.
Cos
And
theta
cos.
plus cos.
Cos theta.
yes, here is cos theta. So y is given that if the y is equal to sine ax plus b. Now we want to find out the first derivative y1. Here ab belongs to r. So derivative of sine, that is cos ax plus b into a. So a into cos ax plus b. But by using this result, cos theta you can write down in the form of sine pi by 2 plus theta. So that is our angle ax plus b. So here you can write down a into sine ax plus b plus pi by 2. Now again differentiating and applying the same formula, we obtain y2 is equal to a square into cos ax plus b plus pi by 2. Now again applying this result, so that is equal to a square into sine ax plus b plus pi by 2 plus pi by 2. So here you can write down 2 pi by 2. So similarly, what about y3? So a cube sine ax plus b plus 3 pi by 2. And by the same procedure, we find out nth derivative of this function a raised to n sine ax plus b plus n pi by 2. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Very good. So everyone try to find if y is equal to cos ax plus b, then what about yn? If done, then raise your hand.
Yes, sir. Got.
Okay. So raise your hand. So I identified. Good.
Sir, I have a doubt.
Yes.
Sir, the last step here in y2, you have written cos ax plus b plus pi by 2.
Yes.
And then you have converted into sine.
Yes.
But sir, that 2 pi by 2 will be ax plus b plus pi, no?
But here you can generalize. So you can written as this 2 pi by 2.
Okay.
Because of we generalize this result, so here you can write down 2 pi by 2, so easily identify 3 pi by 2 and up to so on n pi by 2. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. So only 4 students calculate. Yes, good. 5. Very good. 10. What about the rest of the student? Yes, Jia sir. Jia sir, ID number 55. Hello. Jia is there? Yes. You get the answer? Yes, Jia? Yes, Dev, ID number 63. Hello.
No, sir.
Okay. Yes, Darshan, ID number 50. What is the answer? Darshan? Hello? Darshan? Yes, Nancy, ID number 37.
Yes, sir.
What is the answer of?
Yn equal to a raised to n cos of ax plus b plus n pi by 2.
Very good. So maybe everyone got this answer?
Yes.
Most of the student.
Yes.
Okay. Good.
Yes, sir.
Very good. So how can you obtain this one? So here you can see that. Yes. So y1 is equal to minus a sine ax plus b. So by the same, the second formula, that is called the a cos ax plus b plus pi by 2. Similarly, we find out y2. So minus a square, because of the derivative of cos is minus. So again minus a square sine ax plus b pi by 2. But we know that minus sine ax plus means minus sine theta plus pi by 2, that is equal to cos. So again cos ax plus b 2 pi by 2. Now similarly y3 is obtained by the same concept, and you can generalize. We obtain this result. So you can remember this result only because of we use this result directly in exam. So suppose the simple example here we given that y is equal to sine x and cos x. The y is equal to sine x and cos x. Then find out y9. Then find out the y9. How can you calculate? So everyone know that one trigonometric function, yes or no? So here is 1 by 2 into 2 sine x cos x. What is the value of 2 sine x cos x?
Sine 2x.
Sin 2x.
Sine 2x.
So now compare this formula with sine 2x. So here we can use this formula. Yes. So sine 2x. So what is the value of a? The value of a is 2 and value of b is 0. So by using this formula, what is the answer?
A square sine 2x.
So the answer of y9 is directly y9 is equal to 1 by 2 as it is into 2 raised to 9 and sine 2x plus 9 pi by 2. So this one is the ninth derivative of this given function. So now the second example is y is equal to sine square x. Y is equal to sine square x. Then find out y5. So here you can see that you can find out y1. So that is 2 sine x into cos x. And simplify, this one is equal to sine 2x. Now find out second derivative y2, y3 up to so on. So here we apply this result directly. Anyone can say that the relation between cos and sine square x?
2 sine square x minus 1 equals to cos 2x.
Yes. So here you can apply 1 minus cos 2x divided by 2. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
This is the right formula for trigonometric function. Sine square x is equal to?
Yes, sir.
So that is our y.
Yes, sir.
This one is our y. So y is equal to 1 by 2 minus 1 by 2 cos 2x. Now this is a constant term. So what is the derivative of the constant term? First derivative 0.
0.
So here we want to find out
Yes.
fifth derivative. So this term is 0 minus 1 by 2 as it is, and by using this formula, here you can write down 2 raised to 5 into cos 2x plus 5 pi by 2. And simplify, we get the answer. And simplify, we get the answer. So is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Now the next formula. Yes. Next is very important formula here. Here you can see that multiplication of a two function is given that here. One is exponential and second one is trigonometric function. So you can multiply exponential and trigonometric function like this: e raised to ax and sine bx plus c. Then we want to find out the nth derivative of this one. So the nth derivative is in this form. You can see that r raised to n e raised to ax sine bx plus c plus n theta. So here what is a theta and what is a r? So here r is in the form of under root a square plus b square and theta in the form of tan inverse b by a. So how can you obtain this result? So here everyone find out the first derivative of this function. So now the first derivative is this one: a e raised to ax sine bx plus c plus b e raised to ax cos bx plus c. Now by using this condition, you can see that this is r square is equal to a square plus b square. So this is the equation of circle with center 0, 0 and radius r. What is the coordinates? So here we can take directly a is equal to r cos theta and b is equal to r sin theta. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Use this concept: e raised to ax is common, a sin bx plus c as it is, b cos bx plus c as it is. Now you can taking a is equal to r cos theta and b is equal to r sin theta. So we obtain this result: r is equal to under root a square plus b square and theta is equal to tan inverse b by a. So now substitute this both value in this equation. So here you can see that e raised to ax r cos theta sin bx plus c plus r sin theta cos bx plus c. Now r is common. So here you can see that r is common in this equation and we obtain this result. So here you can see that cos a sin b plus sin a cos b. So we know that one trigonometric result.
Sin a plus b.
Yes. Here you can apply sin a Sine A plus B, sine A plus sine B, that is equal to sine A into cos B plus cos A into sine B. So by using this result, we obtain y1 in terms of this form, sine bx plus c plus theta r e raised to ax. Now again differentiating and apply the same concept we obtain. Here you can see that again differentiating and simplifying, and by the same result we applied here, we get this result, r square e raised to ax sine bx plus c plus 2 theta. And now generalize. So y3 is equal to r cube e raised to ax sine bx plus c plus 3 theta. And up to so on, the nth derivative we obtain here. You can remember this nth derivative. And the value of r is under root a square plus b square, and theta is equal to tan inverse b by a. Similarly, we obtain the second result, e raised to ax cos bx plus c. Then what is a yn? So by the same way you can apply it. The answer is r raised to n e raised to ax cos bx plus c plus n theta, where r is equal to under root a square plus b square and theta is equal to tan inverse b by. So by the same way you can try to solve this second result. Yes, y is equal to e raised to ax cos bx plus c, then yn is equal to this one. So please note down this result, and the time is running out, so we stop here. Now, any doubt regarding this topic?